Hey guys, welcome back to another episode, and we're going to be talking about rifles coming into Illinois. Yes, there is legislation, and it's a doozy, so you're going to want to stick around for this one. Do me a favor, go down, like this video, subscribe to this channel. We'll get you the info you're looking for, because it's kind of crazy. I'm going to roll that intro. Pew, 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 pew. Alright guys, so what we're going to look at here is House Bill 2783, and what that is in general it describes what type of cartridges, what type of ammunition you can and can't use in Illinois to hunt white-tailed deer. Up until now it's pretty much been limited to handguns, and it tells about what kind of cartridges you can and can't use for that, and then your shotgun ammunition, limiting you to slugs, no more buckshot allowed, and all that good stuff. Well, in 2018, they introduced an amendment to that to allow straight wall cartridges of 30 caliber or higher. So what you're going to see is a lot of pistol carbines and like 30-30 lever actions, 45-70 governments, 70-90s, stuff like that coming into play. A lot of lever guns. That's really exciting. And if they can keep that within the confines of shotgun season or gun season or something, I'm cool with it personally. I don't see it hurting anything. If you keep the tag allotments the same, you're just adding an extra option, kind of like what they did with crossbows in Illinois. And I know everybody hates crossbows, but realistically the overall deer harvest haven't changed that much. You're just seeing more deer hunted during bow season than less deer killed and gun season, and I actually have a video on that. It should already be out, maybe. I don't know. If it is, we can link it somewhere up here. I don't know what site it's going to come up on, but it'll come up somewhere, I hope. But so what they're proposing in this bill pretty much is saying they want to allow those straight wall cartridges, and whenever it hit the house, it's been tabled every time it's been brought up. Nobody wants to pass it. Nobody wants to talk about it until sometime in 2019, just out of nowhere, they decide to, 2020, it was this year. It was in May. They decided, hey, we're going to add bottleneck cartridges to this. High-powered rifles. And then they accept it through the House, out of nowhere. Just like, here it is. The one restriction is that the bottleneck cartridges cannot exceed 1.4 inches. So pretty much you're limited to like the Whispers, and then maybe the 6.5 Grendel. I think that falls into that category, would be okay to use. That's all I really know. Let me know down in the comments if you guys know of any other cartridges that are like 1.4 inches or less that have more than 500 foot-pounds of force at the muzzle. I don't know of any, because you're getting into some really weird rounds. But so the way they're proposing to implement this is a 14-day gun season. What that would entail is starting no earlier than November 1st to no later than December 31st. So pretty much during the rut. They're going to allot these 14 days to hunt with your rifle. Now this could be something close to along the same lines of how our gun seasons are set up now, just adding in that extra ability to hunt with a rifle. It could be an exact 2-week hunting period where you can hunt with a rifle and just extending to a longer gun season. What has been proposed is a 14-day general season. So you would have all of October to hunt with your bow. November 1st comes in to the second week, around the 14th of November, it is a open season. So you have shotguns, bows, crossbows, rifles. Everybody's in the woods hunting for those 14 days. I would assume everybody'd wear orange and all that good stuff. But you would have those 14 days, and then after that, it would go back to archery only until you had your late season muzzleloader, and then on with your CWD seasons in those counties that have them. I personally don't like that at all, because in order to allot for those tags that they would be giving out during that 2-week general season, they're going to cut down on tags allotted during October. So if you do most of your hunting during October or the early part of the year, there's a good chance you're going to see a reduction in the tags allotted during that beginning archery season, because there's actually a provision in this that says that whoever implements this and whoever is in charge of doing this has the ability to reallocate tags and when and where those tags go for archery, so they can actually do things like you have to shoot a doe before you shoot a buck, which is in some places already. Limit to a certain number of spikes on per side of a deer. Limit the number of bucks taken to 1 a year. Limit your does to maybe 1 doe per area that you hunt. Again, this isn't black and white in there yet in the legislation yet, but this is what the legislation leaves open to the person implementing this to have reign to change this stuff up. I would probably say we'd see a massive change to how early season is handled, and then an increase to late season tags for deer that were not killed during the middle of the season. So really, that's just the gist of it. There's not a whole lot to go over. They want to introduce rifles. It started off as just straight-walled cartridges. Well, let me run that back. It started off as just pistols. Then it went to pistol rounds and carbines. That's why you got a lot of guys shooting 300 blackouts out of AR pistols. Then it went to, well, let's allow straight wall cartridges. And they slipped in that bottleneck cartridges of 1.4 inches or less. They just kind of squeaked that right there in on us. But the biggest thing that we're going to want to watch out for as hunters is going to be that reduction and change in early season tags, and how pretty much they're leaving it open to a full redo of how we have our deer seasons here in Illinois. We could see a complete revamp, complete different structure on how tags are given out and allotted. It's not in there, but there is a possibility of going to a 100% draw system. How some states, for different areas, you can only hunt them even with a bow if you only get a tag for like you apply for a draw and get it with those animals. There is the possibility that could happen. Not saying it would happen, not saying that anybody wants to, but the way that this is worded is whoever implements this, if it gets into law, they have the ability to make those things happen. What we should really look at is if you are against this or for this, if you want to show your support, or if you want to show that you're not interested in this, you don't want it to happen, you need to get a hold of your senators. And I'm going to put them up in this area, somewhere in this area, and we'll also link them down below in the diddly-do, the dropper downer. We'll put that down there. But we'll put all their names down there. Do your part. Make a phone call. If they don't answer, fine. Leave a message. Call back tomorrow. They don't answer, good. Leave a message. Fill their mailbox up. Don't let them not respond to this. Because if they feel like they're not going to get reelected, re-put back into these spots because of these decisions they're making, they will turn tail and go the opposite direction. We as hunters just need to start getting more active in this kind of stuff and putting our foot down and saying, yes, this is what I want, or no, I don't want this. This is not why we elected you. This is not why you're here. So do your part. Make some phone calls. Until next time, I'm Nomad. Thanks for joining us on the hunt.